Hello everyone, I'm Ariana and welcome to my voiceover. So for today's look, we're going to be doing a vampy Halloween look. We're going to start off with the e.l.f. Illuminating Face Primer because we want to be like Edward Cullen and sparkle in the sunlight like diamonds. And I'm just going to rub that all over the face. It gives a really nice golden glow underneath your foundation. And now we're going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte foundation in this shade Soft Beige. This foundation is slightly lighter than my actual skin tone, which is perfect for what we're going for, that pale, dead, vampy look. And I'm just going to blend that out. And now we're going to go in with the e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer in the shade Light, just to further highlight the face and make myself look even more pale. Alright, now we're looking spooky. And to set, we're going to be using the Bare Mineral Invisible Light Powder. And I'm using the glow side just to add a little extra sparkle to the skin. And we're sculpting out the brows with this e.l.f. eyebrow kit in the shade Dark. And I'm just going to sculpt out the brows, make them nice and dramatic. And I'm just setting that with the powder side from the duo. And now to prime my eyelids, I'm using the e.l.f. Coverall Stick in the shade Honey Light. This shade is discontinued, but they have other shades. I'm just going to pat that out. And now using the Wet n Wild crease brush that I love so much and the e.l.f. Mad for Matte 2 palette, I'm going to go in with that neutral shade just to buff it into my crease as a transition. And all over the lid, doing the same thing on the other eye, of course. And now we're going in with that beautiful purple and buffing that into my crease area. And I'm also dragging that color to the outer area of the eye just to give it that extended wing look. Now for my lid color, I'm using this ColourPop shadow in the shade Porter. It's a beautiful burgundy tone. And I'm just going to pat that all over the lid of both of my eyes. And now I'm going to take my e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush and just blend out those edges so they're not so harsh. And now I'm taking my NYX Ultimate Brights palette. And I'm taking this beautiful red shade and tapping that over the burgundy to brighten it up a little bit, make it nice and vampy, and just blending that out with a generic eyeshadow brush. And now I'm going back in with that purple shade and just putting it into my crease to blend out the red shade that we laid down. Alright, now I am blending that further with my e.l.f. blending brush and then going in with my e.l.f. crease brush into that black shade. And I really want to concentrate that pigment into the outer corner of my eye and just sweep whatever's left over into the crease in order to deepen up the look. And I'm just blending that with my Wet n Wild crease brush, making sure it is nice and soft. Blending is the key. Alright, now I'm going in with my e.l.f. smudge brush from the Beautifully Precise line. I love this brush. And I'm just going underneath my eyes with that red shade from my NYX palette. I just want to smudge that right onto the lower lash line. And now I'm going to take my Bella Pierre eye pencil in the shade Black and use that to define my waterline a little bit. And I'm just tightlining with that same pencil eyeliner. Try not to poke yourself in the eye, people. And I'm going to line my eyes with the Wet n Wild Mega Liner in the shade Black. And I like to create the wing first and then go back and connect the lines, so that's what I'm doing here. I like to make sure that they are nice and even. I like them to be the same. You can intensify this as much as you want or as little as you want, and I'm just going to clean it up with the e.l.f. makeup remover pen, because we all make mistakes, and just go back in and replace that red shade. Now I'm going to exfoliate my lips and prep them for my lip liner, my NYX retractable liner in the shade Sienna. And now I'm just going to go on top of that with my NYX Matte Rouge in the shade Ultra Dare. I suppose it's not really a rouge since it's not red, but that's what it says. And I chose the gray over a traditional red because I just wanted to do something a little bit different. Now I'm going to contour my face with a very dark and dusty bronzer. I want to look super hollowed out in the cheeks. That dead look, that's what we're going for. So it's okay if it's a little dusty and dirty. I probably crawled out from the ground anyway. Now I'm just going to buff that out with my kabuki brush. And I didn't really like the red peeking through, so I went back with my NYX liner in the shade Black. Now I'm taking this eyeshadow and this NYX multitasking medium and mixing it together. And what we're going to do is we're going to paint on some fangs. And I'm just lining that up with my canines to make them look a little bit more realistic. You could easily get fake teeth if you want, but this is also a good alternative. And you can make those fangs as big and as long as you want. It's totally up to personal preference. I really took my time with them. Now I'm going to go in with this red lip paint that I got from Forever 21 in a set. It was like $6. And I'm just going to drip that from my fangs, make it look like some really creepy blood. And I'm not drawing the blood on in any specific way, shape, or form. I'm just kind of letting the brush fall where it wants to so that the drips look a little more random. And you can put as little or as much blood as you want, depends on how dramatic you want to be with your vampire look. This one is a little less creepy and a little bit more glam, and I like that. Looks like I just had a meal. Alright, now I'm going to use my Wet n Wild felt tip liner in the shade Black, and I'm just going to draw in some teeth marks on my neck, as I have been freshly bitten. And to further define those teeth marks, I'm going to go around the black with whatever's left over on my smudge brush. And just really making that look super defined and realistic. And now I'm going into my Maybelline Smoky Eye Palette and further defining those bite marks. I really want them to look a little swollen, like I was freshly bitten. And now I'm just dripping some of that lip paint from the holes that I just created to give it that bleeding effect. Alright, now I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty highlighter in the shade Hustler Baby. And I'm just dusting that all over my cheeks with my Wet n Wild unicorn brush. I'm really feeling the drugstore today. This is my only high-end product that I used. Now I'm going to finish that up with the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. And for a last minute Halloween costume, you can pair this look with any dark outfit. And this is the final look. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.